there's loads of... It's the manager's got options all over the place for the strikers to get goals and show the sharp in front of goal, you know, because I think Chelsea wouldn't be the ideal one personally, but you know, there is games out.
The biggest test for Liverpool, pre-season it may be, but many of the 27 on it will get the players ready in the very best way.
Say always, more often than not, Champions League and two big rivals and
a broken leg. But these are two strong sides, European rule. Down the venue. Crowd still coming in. Just a nod to the majority of the fans coming on the red side.
That starts the season at Stamford Bridge will be the one that you've just seen there before. Omani, if you were away from your devices overnight, he has been the latest player. Front three that we see today will be the one that trots out at Stamford Bridge.
Well, it's interesting, isn't it?
It's terrific inside the National Stadium, and we're underway for one of those stand apart. As well, Kim Min-jae, who's been on the ball there in the opening exchanges of the game so far, is 10 months. As Liverpool rain down the left-hand side, as Salah opens up a lot of space for himself. He doesn't need him though. Cody Gakpo in the number 9 position, back amongst the goals. He had a trail of defenders in his wake that he didn't need any assistance from Salah, and inside the first 2 minutes Liverpool have a very early lead.
Well, it's a blistering start from Liverpool, blistering start from Cody Gakpo. He did have the option to try and square it. I thought that was probably the better option, but when you hit the ball like what he's hit it there with his left foot, towering in there, he makes a... You can see here, he picks that position up there. He does that ever so well. We've seen that on occasions where he gets on that half turn. The simple little 1-2. Bayern won't be happy with the defending
in that Liverpool team for next season. Alphonso Davies around Bayern Munich's left-hand side, curtailed by Curtis Jones. Again here, Mo Salah on that right-hand side. Can Jota find him? He can. Salah all on his own for the moment, and it was a good block in the end from Kim Min-jae. And Bayern Munich just this. Andrew Robertson looking for Salah, who tosses away that timely foot in by Matip there. Skills from Curtis Jones, but just caught out a bit too close together. Needed to move the ball quicker. That's exactly what they did there. Was that they have some defending to do now, Liverpool. Alphonso Davies all the way forward from left back. Look at how they defend perhaps here, as Curtis Jones just can't evade the forward run of Bayern Munich, and anywhere would do in the end for Virgil van Dijk, who seemed pretty happy to get the ball away from Musiala there at the expense of a Bayern Munich. Salah thought he was away there, one end to the other though, and it's Kimmich turning provider. Gnabry defend this set play, Liverpool. Again, the same corner, all on his own against the post. Second opportunity there for Pavard that he puts over the top of the crossbar. They wanted to flag Liverpool, but they survive a scare.
Well, how's he missed? We saw this corner against Leicester, and Liverpool did.
Starting the past couple of games, but Alisson Becker back in from the start, and Bayern Munich have sniffed the... Joel Matip to Salah. Fell. Maybe the golf has been good to him as well. We'll have to find out when he gets back. It's a foul this time given. Curtis Jones and Szoboszlai enjoying a little spell. It was a heavy touch though, and Curtis Jones did really well to buy the foul. Picking up with Trent Alexander-Arnold, was a bit retro from last season as Trent makes the march forward, but had to stop the run of Bayern Munich, who were...
but it'll be interesting because there's a lot expected of him.
Still in possession. Good touch from Gnabry. And they're in here with Davis, perhaps. Good foot in from Virgil van Dijk. Liverpool having to dig deep. Szoboszlai helping back in that right-back position. Tried to... Delicious ball there from Trent Alexander-Arnold, looking for his mate Mo Salah.
Mohamed Salah's willingness to run in behind.
Finds him again with the throw-in. Salah couldn't. Now Curtis Jones, we spoke about at 22, might almost become a senior player now. Goalkeeping positions, hasn't there, as well this year with Manuel Neuer. Those training sessions and more of a concentration on tactics, the direction, and Bayern Munich have caught Liverpool just slightly out of shape here. Gnabry with the cross. Diogo Jota looking for the pace of Mo Salah as he just toe-poked it in his direction. Davis will take the opportunity there by the nudge of Mo Salah to take a free kick and not have to sprint after him.
Well, I was just making reference just before the pace of Davis.
Field. Of course, it's Trent Alexander-Arnold today, and this is where the attack comes again from Gnabry, who is not going to beat Alisson from that kind of distance. Job on here from the corner. Into that front post, and it's Virgil van Dijk who puts the cap on the armband from this week. They've worked ever so hard on these set plays this summer. He wants them to become that team that are unstoppable at set plays, Jurgen Klopp. He had two to pick from as Joel Matip, and the big skipper comes in and he elongates that Liverpool lead. You don't get the replay, but Gary will tell you why it was so special.
Well, here it is. It's a lovely little ball, isn't it? It's an inviting ball for a centre-half to go and attack.
Wants that midfield a bit further over. Davis, McAllister just pressing forward into that 10 position. That
either or, but from Liverpool's point of view.
Ball over the top there for Gnabry. It was a really smart one as well, and so was the finish. Liverpool looked for the flag for the moment, but the direct ball from Kim Min-jae caught Liverpool out in the position that Bayern Munich have found most fruitful so far today. And their brightest spark, Serge Gnabry, has put Bayern Munich back in the game again.
Well, I think looking from that replay, for me he's offside, but the officials have, well, I wouldn't say they've been the best so far pre-season games here at Singapore.
Trent Alexander-Arnold looks for the same route. Can he find the cross? Didn't fancy that, did he, Kim Min-jae, in case it turned into a foot race? Was that a foul? Almost like it's a game of five-a-side there, Curtis Jones. Neat the elements here, both sets of players.
Anywhere in the Far East, you've got to take the conditions into account as well.
Side of Bayern Munich is where they see most fruit being born here, and Gnabry has loads of time and loads of space to pick out the man at the back post, Sane, who levels the game up here, and it was just a bit too easy for Bayern Munich there. And just prior to the break, Liverpool with a few more questions to answer at the half-time interval from Jurgen Klopp than perhaps they had after racing into that early lead.
Well, they just get a little bit isolated, Liverpool. I thought Joel Matip maybe should have come across a little bit earlier to try and engage Gnabry. It just allows Gnabry to pick the ball up and run at him.